Who's
Welcome
going?
to another episode of the Final Forecast with me, your host, Jay Flo. And my guy, Kevin Jones, with me.
Yo.
Also, KJ's all the way in Japan land still. He'll be home soon.
Very, very soon.
And special guest today. Haven't seen her for a very long time. She's been
Welcome
missing.
back.
We missed her.
Welcome back.
And she is back. Our lovely co-host, Ash.
That's me.
Who you been at, Ash?
Well, you guys went without me last week. I told you I was having dental surgery, and you decided Monday was the only day. So, just
dental
saying,
surgery is kind of crazy.
Dude, my mouth was swollen all day. I was like, I can't.
Well, you got cavities taken out?
No, well, so
Something?
I had a tooth that was taken out about 6 months ago, but I'm having an implant in its place. So they put the post in for the implant. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Damn.
It sucks.
Dang. It still hurts?
No. God, no. It actually didn't hurt that long after it happened. It was just swollen all day. So I'm fine.
You and the fiance was getting crazy over there.
Yeah. Knocking out the
Knock
molars.
the tooth loose. Yeah. How you there?
Used to call a job off.
Used to call.
I mean.
Oh, man. This episode is already off the rails.
That's
I
it.
love it.
KJ, you get dunked on this week in Japan?
No, I did not. I did catch a dunk though.
Ooh.
I did catch a dunk. You know, I get one every now and then, little fast break joint.
You know, I never saw you dunk with two hands before.
I thought you was gonna say you never saw me dunk. Yes, you have, and yes, you have saw me dunk with two hands. You actually see me catch a lob with two hands. Actually,
it was one.
But you said you never seen it.
You've never seen you do
it was one hand. I never see you dunk with two hands.
No, 2 hands. You see me catch a 2-hand lob.
No, I never seen you catch.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I have proof of it too. So I'll show you later. Of course,
we would love to see that.
As always, you're loud and wrong. As always.
Did you hear that? John Morant said he's not going to try to dunk no more.
Yeah, that's some bull. That's some bull. I don't believe him.
That's crazy, right?
But I get what he was trying to say. Like, you know, he gets frustrated. He gets frustrated that, you know, he gets knocked out of the air and he feels like he doesn't get certain calls and it's taking a toll on his body. Mm-hmm. So I get that part. But I feel like he's also the one putting himself in danger by trying to do all these crazy dunks as well. So it's like you just gotta, you know, that's happening. You got to be more smart about like your attempts. Of course, it's part of his brand, like being a high flyer and, you know, acrobatic in the air and all that. But also you got to be smart if you want that longevity in your career. You could always do dunks like fast breaks and catch lobs and stuff like that. But I think he was exaggerating.
So he did it. He had a fast break and went up and did like a little soft, like little just put it in the rim. But then he had a crazy backdoor dunk. He like reversed it out there. I don't know if you saw that. But like you can get knocked out of the air doing a layup. Like
wow.
Like, you could. But some of the stuff he be trying to do is you can see why he be out for long periods of time because he be injured.
Yeah.
He just got a slight frame. You know what I mean? So any contact while he in the air is easy to knock him off.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't score on me. Is he the future of the NBA?
I mean, he's already like, I don't think he's the future. I think he's like now. Him, Anthony Edwards. Why you say that?
Still, those guys like KD still in the league. Like, you know what I mean? Like Bron still in the league. I'm talking about like the future, like the face of the league, like those guys are now.
I don't see them as the face of the league anymore. I don't see KD and LeBron as the face of the league anymore.
Who's the face of the league right now?
If I had to say, Joker.
Joker's the face of the league?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Ash,
what do you consider the face of the league?
I have nothing. I don't know. I don't have.
When you think of the NBA,
what do I think?
What's the first face that comes to your mind?
When I think of the NBA, who's the first face that comes to mind? I mean, I think I don't know, for me, it's always going to be like Steph Curry, right? I think he's a good player.
Stuff still in there, yeah.
What do you consider the face of the league, John? Like popularity, numbers, like what's your
It's a mix of all that. Popularity, scoring, titles, all that.
Okay, I get it. To me, as a pure basketball fan, the face of the league to me is just like the best player in the league, and the best player in the league is Joker.
Joker's the best player in the league?
What? Bro, he had 56 and 48 consecutive the last 2 games. What are you talking about?
I don't watch him play.
Man, why are we having this conversation?
But just looking at him, he's not like an how does this fit? He probably had the most boring 58 points that you ever watched.
No, you gotta think about it. Depends on what you like it's not boring to me. I don't think it's boring.
Step back three, like Curry, like he gonna give you step back three. He's gonna be shooting from half court.
Right.
Joker's just gonna bully you on the post and maybe hit a open three.
His pass is insane though.
His passes are insane. Yeah. But I want to see how his points, like his highlight tape from his points.
Right. I mean, he's not going to wow you with
he ain't gonna dunk on you. He ain't gonna do nothing.
No, he's just gonna kill you. And but Tim Duncan's the same way.
And he had a boring ass game, Mr. Fundamental.
But he had 5 championships.
Don't nobody want to watch that.
I mean, so I'll take it. I'll take that. He had 5 championships, best power forward ever.
He was never the face of the league, though. Never.
No. He wasn't. He was never the face of the league.
No one grew up saying, "Hey, besides you, I want to be like Tim Duncan."
Actually, I did grow up saying I wanted to be like Tim Duncan. I had his poster on my wall, actually.
And it shows. That's crazy.
Let me tell you, whenever I lived in San Antonio, I see Tim Duncan all the time because San Antonio is a really small town for how big it is. And he's the nicest guy, too. So
I bet.
He really is.
Speaking of Tim Duncan, it's funny that you mentioned that because Giannis was saying how, like, after post-retirement, he was like, yeah, I just want to leave and, like, not be heard from again. He was like, yeah, like Tim Duncan. Like, where the hell is Tim Duncan right now?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, but that's what I want to do. Like,
right?
I just want to, once I'm done, I want to be out the way. Like,
that's it.
I'll pop out every now and then, but just kind of be out the way.
I tell you what, though, he's probably just blending in because that's how he was when he, played for the Spurs. Like, you'd see him at the mall, like random shit, right? Like, where you never imagined seeing people with his kids, his wife, you know what I mean? Doing family shit. Like, he just blended.
What was you doing in San Antonio?
I lived in San Antonio for 5 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool. Around what time? Was it around
2010? Well, actually, a little bit 2009 through 2014.
So you was in like the Kawhi, when Kawhi first got there kind of era. Did they win a championship around that time?
I can't remember if they won a championship during that time or not.
Danny Green.
Danny Green. Yeah, he actually used to come into the store that I used to work. I used to do interior design when I was down there. Another nice kid. So he was when he first started too. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So do y'all think? Oh, go ahead, John.
No, I just want to talk about how Ash was partying in San Antonio. I heard it was a party city.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Heard what?
It was a party city.
Oh, yeah, dude, literally. It's people are drinking 24/7. It's always a good time. And everyone's always in a good mood down there. It's kind of freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because it's always sunshine and people are drinking all the time. So that's probably what it is.
Hey, that'll do it. So do y'all think it's possible to live a normal life as a superstar? Like you said, you've seen Tim Duncan in the mall a couple times and with his family just living life, but I feel like most of the times people don't think that you can live a regular life if you at that status. So do y'all think it's possible?
I think you could, but you would have to deal with people recognizing you. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to deal with the fact that every time you leave your home, someone's probably going to ask you for a picture or an autograph for sure.
I'm not worried about that part. I'm worried about like somebody plotting on me to take what I have.
I don't think
I'm not worried about the fan. Like, oh yeah, can I get a picture or whatever, sign an autograph? I'm not worried about that part. I'm worried about like, you know what I mean, people waiting in the bushes for you.
Yeah.
That's the part
I don't think I wouldn't worry about that.
I don't know.
Why do you worry about that now? Do you think people are plotting on you now?
No. I'm talking about at that. Ain't nobody waiting for me nowhere. I'm talking about at the status. Ain't nobody ain't
Just
waiting for
checking.
me. Well, maybe some, you know what I mean? But
I
maybe
mean,
somebody else. Not a.
I don't know. I
They
don't
all
think
got
so. Look at
security though,
all
right?
those people, influencers or whatever, that are out there living multi-million-dollar lifestyles out in the public constantly. I wouldn't worry about, because here's the thing: someone plotting on you to do what?
Take your money, rob you.
Take your
How much
money.
money you
That's
carrying
just
on
something.
you? You know what I mean? Like,
Some people do. Some people, you know what I mean? And those are people that get caught slipping. Is the people that think, oh yeah,
But
everything is
yeah,
cool, and then that's when
chains.
people get the drop on you.
actually, I would probably be less concerned about the general public and be more concerned with who you surround yourself with. Those people are more than likely going to be trying to plot
Yeah,
on you,
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
Jennifer next door. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't care.
Gotcha.
And KJ, you
Right.
from New York. You know you used to it. Like, you
Used
know
to
what I
what?
mean? Like
Getting robbed?
people getting robbed at the light,
Yeah.
Mount Vernon. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you used to it. So you
I
grew up
don't
in
I
that.
don't
Like,
know. I think it's all about the way you carry yourself, the
That
way,
too.
if you out with a whole bunch of chains on, if you out with a, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just all about how you carry yourself, which is sad too, because it's like you worked hard for this stuff. You should be able to enjoy it in that way, but you do have to take precautions because, you got
I mean,
stuff like that happens.
I don't think that's going to happen to you in general public. I think if you're in a bad neighborhood, maybe. But like, I don't see you just
This
randomly someone walk up to you and like yank a chain off your neck and run away.
Yeah.
CEO of
Maybe I'm
what was
maybe
it?
I'm naive.
The
Yeah,
insurance
did you
place
see that?
got shot
That
in
now that
Manhattan.
shit's crazy.
Rest in peace.
So it does
That was
it
so
can
wild.
it can happen. Nobody's exempt
Yeah,
from, you know
happen
what
to
I mean?
anybody. Yeah.
True, but I mean, that's such a rare occurrence.
Yeah, freaking all these rappers and getting shot, and even some ball players that have dealt with this kind of stuff, that they people put a gun on them and like, yo, give up your stuff, like, and you just random chilling, you ain't thinking where that can happen to, and then it happens. So I don't know. That's what that's what I worry about.
Would you
But
give it up?
yeah, of course,
First of all, if you have
of course,
expensive jewelry, it should be insured. Make a note.
yeah.
Insure that shit. Just let him have
What
it.
if my
Call it a
grandmama
day.
bought me that chain?
Take it.
What if my grandma bought me that chain? Then what? Give it up?
I I get it, man. If you bought something like, yo, you're not just gonna take this. I get it, but
We got
I rather
I think
I
more
rather
people would want to
not test
be
you.
more in your presence than they would want to rob you. You know what I'm saying? I think
yeah,
when you're on that kind of
yeah,
level, people just want to be in your presence, not trying to plot on you.
true.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But all right. Meanwhile, I don't know why I just thought this. My first coaching debut, Violet's first game.
Oh,
He
Okay.
coaching first graders and kindergartners. We won our first game. You know what I
hey!
mean? All
Hey.
right.
How Violet do?
Violet sucks, but it's cool. We'll get there.
Does she not have the flowery
Like,
jeans?
She's 4. She's playing up, so she's just like
okay.
She doesn't care yet.
too polite and soft and like I don't know.
I see you be in the y'all be in the like the back, well, not the backyard, but the driveway, whatever, like working,
Yeah,
always shooting every
every
night, and
day.
she seems like she likes it.
Yeah, she has to get used to playing against people, like
Hmm.
people like taking the ball, her taking the ball from other people.
Yeah. Well, she's still
It is,
young.
yeah, she sucks.
Ah,
It's fine.
John.
We'll
First of
figure
all,
it
she
Would
should be still like learning the basics. Like she shouldn't really be playing yet. Jeesh.
yeah, she is a little early. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
so would you bench her? I feel
Yeah, I
it,
did
like
mention.
you did bench.
Listen, this is a good question
I
because
bet.
the owner of my company is coaching his daughter's soccer team, and I've wondered the same thing. Like when you coach your child's team, are you for the team or are you for the child? I gotta know.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because like like what your child is capable of doing, and then they're just not doing it. It's like I don't know. Come sit down. But it's also this is first grade, kindergartners and first graders, so
That's it.
we just rotate. At this point, it's just about having fun, just going out having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at that age, are there anybody that really stands out anyway? I feel like everybody's just kind of on the same level, just running around and shit. You might have one that's like,
Yep.
oh, okay, he's or she's pretty, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can see that she's decent, but you're not going to have no gems right now.
No, they're probably all just staring at
That's
each
what I
other
got.
like, what do we do?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yep. That's what most of them do, but I got that one on my team who's just the ringer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ringer.
Just give her the ball. Whenever we need a bucket, just give her the ball.
Love it. There's a kid like that. Give her the ball.
We should win a championship.
I love kids' total lack of discipline on everything, like in sports and
I
stuff.
love it.
I was just going to a kid's softball game. They're digging in the dirt. They're just rolling around. Just
Would that piss
not
you off, though?
totally oblivious to everything, and it's like it's so funny.
But would that piss you off though? Like if that was
About
your kid, like you take your kid to a softball game, like you just got off work,
right.
you want to pick up your kid to go to this softball game, you rush across town, and then you get there and they're sitting there playing in the dirt the whole time.
Not really. I don't expect much from them at that time. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't expect that much from them. I'm like, yo, this is what I thought I was gonna get a good game.
My parents would took me home, bro.
What are you
like,
you're
get your ass up.
Picking flowers out there. What's happening?
Yeah, we came to play softball. If you don't want to play softball, we going home. We're not going back. And they would say, we're not going back unless you play. Like, you know what I mean? Like something like that.
John Bartholomew Flowers, if you don't get your ass up out that dirt.
That will piss you off, KJ. You ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, imagine like if you told,
not at that age.
Imagine if you told like Truck or some of your friends to come watch.
Oh, if I see, I would be setting my own self up if I did that. I need to make sure that my kid is the best on the court field, whatever he's playing or she's playing. Like I need to know that like they're the best before I invite any of y'all to any of my kids.
That's what happened the other day. Like Violet's grandparents came to the game. I don't know if they were. They had to be highly. It was an entertaining game, so it's a bunch of 4-year-olds, bro. Like it's crazy.
That's funny.
Those are always.
Did you like why? What made you want to coach her team? Just because she was on it, or like, do you have any?
It's an all girls league. I know the owner of the league. He asked me to put a team in.
Nice.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm not supposed to put. Violet's too young to be playing.
Yeah.
Like she's supposed to be 5 or 6, I think. Whatever first grade, however old you are in first grade.
Probably 6 to 7.
Yeah.
That's cool though to have that experience for her though. Like regardless, she'll get better.
That's it.
It was frustrating. I didn't yell at her about anything. I was just like, but like if she's doing bad, like what are you supposed to say?
You're
like,
embarrassing me.
You're
embarrassing me.
You're messing up the family name.
I didn't even correct it. Like I didn't even correct anything. Like everything she did good. Like I was like, good job.
That's it. Positive reinforcement.
That don't sound like you, John. That don't sound like you.
It'll change you.
It'll change. You got soft.
That's it.
I don't even know how to. They're gonna run the house, bro.
For sure.
Be at KJ's basement a lot.
You got 3 of them too. That's crazy.
Yeah. 3 girls.
Shout out to West Virginia.
Shout out to girls' dads.
First grade girls team.
There you go.
Anyways, and other news, West Virginia news.
Yeah.
Beat Georgetown. WVU boys.
Yeah. There we go.
Win. I didn't see Dave at the game. Was he there?
I don't know. I watched the game.
How was you think?
I was pleased.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was pleased. I wasn't upset at all.
What were you pleased with exactly? And I'm not looking for like I want the average fan.
Sure.
Thought.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I think that we did one thing that I think we did that I feel we don't do as Mountaineers in general, at least not in a really long time. 2 things. First of all, love that these guys can make free throws. Let's start there. It's been a minute. Number 2, I feel like these guys, like when they're ready to go, they go. right? So like we were up 10 points and we kept it, man. Like we kept going with it. Like I feel like so many times we get up on people in the past and then it's like, I mean, granted, at one point, of course, our lead lessened, but we still remained where we needed to be. I feel like we've lost so many games at that point, right? Where you're like up 12, 14 points, whatever. They come back, they make a run, and it's like almost not that we gave up, but like it's like we forget how to play or something, you know? So I like that these guys, like they play to the end. They play the minutes. And that's also
So KJ
impressive
could
because
tell
we're
you,
playing what, 7 guys consistently every game?
yeah. So KJ could tell you why that
Okay.
happens when teams get up big. He's going to be a sports analyst. So KJ,
Why? About what?
why
What
do
you want? What
why
you
do
want me to know?
teams lose leads when they're up big, like in the fourth or late in the
Um,
game?
I feel like teams get complacent. They, they're having a good game. They're making shots. You know, when you're in a zone, you feel like everything is going to go in. And so when it doesn't, and teams start getting closer and closer, you start forcing up shots.
Mm.
You start, the shots that you were making earlier, you're not making now. So you kind of you just get tighter as a player as far as like the shots you were making before. So I think it's just complacency. You
Mhm.
get complacent depending on how big the lead is. But
Yeah.
I feel like the better teams do learn how to, even if they do fall into that, they learn how to get back on track and ultimately finish out the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's coaching. Like
Mm.
when teams lose big leads, because like the coach will say, "All right, let's hold the ball, let's run offense now instead of trying to just attack."
Mhm.
Like they'll say, "Let's pass the ball around." I thought that's what KJ was going to say, but he's scared. But yeah, coach,
I do.
a
I know.
lot.
I agree with that. I agree. They play not to lose instead of
That's
playing to win.
that's it, and
No, I
that's
agree.
what we haven't
I
seen
agree.
in so long.
Yeah, but
No, I
I'm
agree.
not saying any Hugs did that. I don't think he did. Did Hugs do that?
We having
I
big
remember.
leads like that.
I remember we were up 10 at Pitt. We was just missing free throws.
That's what it
It
always
was
came
never.
down to with our teams was the free
Yeah, yeah,
throws.
yeah. Yeah, we was just missing free throws. They came back with a 10-point lead. They cut a 10-point lead within a minute and beat us.
Yeah, and that's what
Shit was
always
Mhm.
crazy.
happens because at the end of the game, people get fouled. It happens constantly. And
So
yeah,
this game, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I want to hear your thoughts on this game. I'm curious.
So this game, Javon Small had 26,
Nice.
9 for 16 on shooting. Doesn't have 3-point. 4 for 9 shooting threes. Tucker DeVries had 15, 5 for 10 of shooting. Toby Okani had 11. So those are our top 3 scorers.
Mm-hmm.
Sincere Harris still has not made a 3 yet.
Mm.
He shot 1. He only shot 1. He like,
Okay.
shoot
I know.
more. Motherfucker. Amani Hansberry had 4 or 6. I'm sorry, yeah, 6. 2 for 7. But it was a good game, hard fought game.
Mm-hmm.
It was close until
The end.
like the beginning of the second half. We started to pull away, I guess. So I like this team because they bring energy. You know what I mean? It's the energy we haven't felt in the Coliseum for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And they just fight. Like Coach DeVries is on the sideline, like he's clapping. He's the type of coach you would love to play for, man. Like
Mm.
he just brings that energy. He's getting everybody hype. Like
You could see he gets
that's the
himself
type of
worked
coach.
up because, like, you see, like, when the refs are like, calm down now. And he's like, yeah, yeah. I love it, though. I
Yeah,
love the
nah,
energy. I like someone who, yeah. I mean, how could you not get
yeah,
worked up?
yeah. Nah, I think all the fans are going to rally behind this coach in general.
For
Like
sure.
I think he could be here for a while, just
Definitely.
off that alone.
Mm-hmm. I also have to
And I think
say,
that
and I
was.
think we said this at the beginning of the season or even before the season started, like, hey, let's take it easy. Remember, it's his first year. These guys have never played together before. It's like a brand spanking new team, up and down, sideways. But I've been impressed because normally it's very difficult to create any type of chemistry or any kind of consistency out of those,
Mm-hmm.
out of those, what's the word I'm looking for? Aspects, I guess. But
Yeah.
they've done a really good job at that so far. Now, granted, have we gotten a Big 12 play? No. So I'm gonna hold all my judgments. But I mean, I'm pleasantly happy right now.
Right.
I think.
I think that
Oh,
also, like, we're building our RPI, our resume for the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we haven't gotten to Big 12 play yet, so we'll really see, what they're made of. But I think they'll be okay in Big 12 play as well. I'm still worried about the size
Yeah.
of the team
Mhm.
and how that might be exploited. I don't think it really has gotten exploited yet, but
yeah,
that could be an area that can be taken advantage of. But I like what I see too, and it's funny because that you mentioned them making free throws and them just being they make threes too. They make threes at a high clip for the most part. And it's like I still see people saying, "Oh, they're shooting too many threes. They're doing this and that." But when we couldn't shoot, it was like we need some more shooters in here. Like these,
That's it.
and now it's like we don't have nobody rebounding. We don't, have that rough, rugged spirit. It's like what y'all want?
Right? Make up your choose a lane,
Right?
people.
Like, yeah, choose a lane. Like, what y'all want? But I like what I see too. Great win against a Georgetown team that had a better record than us coming into the game.
Yeah, 7 and
So
1. So yeah.
yeah, and especially we taking care of business at home. I think we're like 4-3, 4-0 at home so far.
mm-hmm.
So that's always good when you win your home games, win some of the games that you're not supposed to win. Like we had 2 top 25 wins already, and that's the
Yeah.
recipe for a good tournament resume.
For
Oh
sure.
yeah. And I think one thing that's really good about this team is like, and that surprised me about this team is like everybody hasn't played together as transfers. Like, there's no egos. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like Javon Small is the man on the team. I think everybody has accepted
that
that and like
guy.
fell into place about
Mhm.
it. You know what I mean? Like, and Tucker could easily be the leading scorer on the team, but he passes like they understand like their roles on the team. Like, there's no hating on the team. Like everybody wants everybody to do good. So it's crazy that the coaching staff built that kind of chemistry
So
with
fast.
us only being like a first year team. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Do you think that's? I mean, a lot of it, I'm sure, is coaching. But do you think that's the players you're
I think so
recruiting?
too. I think there's a bit of maturity on this team, it feels like.
It
Yeah,
does,
Right?
even from the freshmen. Yeah,
Absolutely. You don't
it seems
see and it's hard to explain, but you see the emotions on the floor. Like when people who are a little bit immature, maybe some decision making that they make, and even how like their personalities are. I don't feel that on this team. They feel
yeah,
older than what they are. So
yeah. Not arguing with each other about stupid
right.
stuff like
Yeah.
pointing a finger. Yeah, is that because he recruited good guys, KJ?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's like the character and you coach them up. Yeah, I think it's a good mix of both.
True,
And
true.
but also they seem older because I mean we're in an era where we only have 2 freshmen. So
Yeah,
everybody
they
else
are old.
is transfers and they've been around for 4 or 5 years.
That's
So
it.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course, everybody should be, you would hope that everybody is mature, but to see, I just like the fact that they are coming together. There is doesn't seem to be a lot of egos, and there's good healthy competition in the midst of the team. Like, okay, yeah, I want to play more, I want to play whatever, I feel like I can play more, but I'm not going to
yeah,
hate on the guy who's playing in front of me just because I feel like I should play more. And I think
Yeah.
when you have a team like that with that kind of mindset, it's like it just makes everybody better.
Are we
facts. And I
concerned?
think
Just out of curiosity, are you guys concerned that we're only playing 7 guys and how that's going to affect us in the long
Of
stretch?
course,
Yeah.
especially
yeah,
down the stretch in Big 12
That's
play.
it.
That's gonna. I feel like that's when it might show itself a little bit more. Maybe, hopefully, maybe a guy or two steps up that you can rely on. Like, okay, stretch the roster out a little bit more to 8.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
But
Yeah.
I don't see it being more than 8 guys right now.
I
mm,
don't think we have much many more.
Yeah, I don't think so
We have
either.
like 10 guys on this team?
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
crazy. But
very
like the
small roster.
especially with like the NIL stuff, like the kids getting paid, like everybody's thinking about their next paycheck. So like that would be tough for me if I was sitting on the bench or not getting as much playing time as I wanted to. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to get. It's about money now. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Like it's about how much money you can get nowadays. So
Hmm.
that would kind of be tough for me. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
But here's the question though, at the same time, we talk about NIL. I'm curious, most of the time they use that as an enticement to get you to come. Do you think that that's a mindset where it's like, well, I'm on the bench right now, but if I go out there and kill it, I'm going to see more money come my way because he's already
Yeah, for
here.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, on the backside, yeah, I think a lot of sponsorship dollars will want to keep that person there, but I don't think it's
Not
like,
if you're riding a bit, like if, like let's say Javon's a senior, right?
yeah, Javon is
Who's a
senior.
junior?
Isn't he? I thought he was a senior.
Yeah, he's a
Let's
senior.
say he was
I
a
think,
sophomore
for
though,
sure.
and he was doing really, really good. We wanted to keep him.
Yep.
That's going to take money away from maybe the 10th guy or 9th guy on the bench, or someone that's not
Yeah.
from a sincere, that's not really, who hasn't made it through yet.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
get what
mean?
you're
Like,
You really
I
don't
hope
like
it
that he
doesn't.
hasn't made a 3 yet.
Nah, I love it. I want to keep shooting.
Yeah.
I really
Uh,
do want to keep
uh,
shooting. I love it.
Why
I
don't
was
you
in the
get in the
same.
gym with him?
I was in the same boat. Like
I know, that's
me and him are
Get in
literally
the
like kind of the same player. Like just
I was
defense.
gonna say he's a great player though. I mean, he's
get in
there
the
for the
gym with
team.
him. You
It's not even.
there.
He can shoot though. Like he's not like he doesn't have a shooting problem, bro. It's just
Not doing it.
he's just in a slump right now.
Maybe you can tell him your experiences, and maybe that
I
might give
talked to
him
him.
the confidence to shoot more.
I spoke to him. We spoke.
Okay. All right.
But if I work out with him, I'm gonna bust his ass, and then you know how that goes.
Nah, don't get
Everybody
embarrassed,
lose.
bro.
You know I'm king of the
Don't do
hill
that.
still.
Don't get embarrassed, bro.
To this day,
You ain't been
king
king
of
of the
the
hill
hill.
for two summers at least.
2. That's it.
Yeah. I
This
don't
is
think you've
literally
been there
10
2
summers.
summers.
Ever since I was a pro, talking about it. It's crazy.
Nah, but I'm excited, especially we should go into Big 12 play. What we're 7-2 right now? 6-2?
We're 6-2.
We're 6-2. We should go into Big 12 play 9-2. I think we got Bethune-Cookman next, and then Mercyhurst, and
Yep.
then another team that we should beat going into the Kansas game. I think Kansas game is the
New Year's Eve,
December 31st.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we should be 9-2 going into Big 12 play, and we going against the Kansas team.
Was Kansas not number 1 last week, or am I crazy?
Yeah, they lost twice. They lost
Wow,
to
they dropped to number
Missouri.
10. I was not
and
expecting that.
They lost to Missouri, and they lost to somebody else that I can't
think
remember who
Gonzaga.
beat them.
Was it Gonzaga?
Because maybe it was the Gonzaga that beat them. But yeah, so they're not. It's not like they're this juggernaut of a team.
Okay,
We could go in there, depending, especially if it's at home.
Mhm.
You know what we do to them at home.
Well, it's not at home. We're playing
I was
against
gonna
them
say.
there. Well, at least this one.
Okay. Well,
Man,
Well.
if he wins that game, he's solidified. Like,
yo,
Facts.
he's solidified.
he
That's
already
2
beat
things that-
Gonzaga, which that we
Yeah.
haven't done.
Haven't
So
done that.
why not another? You know what I mean?
I mean,
this
that's
might be that year to.
He's set for at least the next 5 years, bro.
Oh,
he
yeah.
has another con. If he beats Kansas, bro, his first year at Kansas,
You can't tell.
That's a
nothing.
big one.
when KJ wasn't able to go in there and do
I
that,
never played against Kansas.
You was in the Big 12 1 year.
Hold up, Ash, just spreading false narratives. This is
That's
crazy.
it. Just making
Then
shit
play
up as we go.
Nah,
Play
but
in the Big 12.
exactly. We went into Big 12 after my senior year. That was our first year in the Big 12.
True.
See?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know. My bad. I apologize. But
Shut up.
Now, what are your
he
guys'
goes in there and does
thoughts? A lot of people thought we
Mm.
might be ranked after this game. And of course we're not, but
Miss Georgetown?
yeah, people thought we
Good,
would
keep
get a
going.
ranking after this one.
What difference does it make?
It doesn't.
I ain't think that.
It doesn't,
Yeah,
and
it really doesn't
honestly, I'm
change
kind of glad
anything.
we didn't, because here's the other thing that has historically happened as a Mountaineer fan. Once we get ranked, shit starts going left. So I'm like, please underestimate us. Please do not rank us.
I don't want to say that's always happened. I feel like our Final Four year that didn't happen.
True.
Our year after that, I want to say didn't happen either. Which was a really I tell people this all the time. My junior year, your senior year was a really underrated year. We had a lot of good wins. But it was in the shadow of what we did the year before. So I get it. But that was a really underrated year, I feel like.
Mhm.
We should have went farther than we should have went deep in our time.
We should have
Agreed.
beat Kentucky.
Agreed.
We could
Yeah,
have
we
beat
should.
Kentucky. We lost to
Yeah.
Kentucky in the second round. We beat Clemson first round.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
could have. We had a good team.
You definitely had the talent to
did.
do it. Those are facts.
Dang, that would have been crazy. Back-to-back Final Four appearances without Deshaun.
Yeah, that would have been
I'll
nice.
be in the league.
If
Just
only.
messed it up.
If only we knew.
Violet, get out of here. You want to go in the basement? No. Go.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited about
they coaches got everybody excited. It's gonna be a good season.
I'm excited to see it.
I just hope the tide doesn't turn if, like you said, things may go left for a game or two and it's like, oh, we knew it. We were just waiting for it.
Listen, I think
I just hope that doesn't.
Anything we do this season is a win in my book, right? Especially if we're winning games. We've already won more than I thought we would the entire season. So
yeah.
Wait, what? Say that again.
I mean, maybe not that. I mean, I think we would won more than that, but I'm just saying, like, I was really not expecting anything out of this team. Nothing. No expectations at all. So the fact that we're currently sitting at 6-2 is great.
I think my expectations are still the same. Like, it's going to be bumpy. Like, when we get into, we have done better than I thought we were going to do in the off season.
Yeah.
I mean, in the preseason. So it's going to be bumpy in the Big 12. But as long as they fight, man, they hustle, they play hard. That's all I really care about.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it seems like that's this kind of team. Like, they fight to the end. They're not give up kind of guys.
Exactly.
Shout
out to our women's team who ranked number 15 in the AP poll.
Yeah.
Get it, ladies.
Shout out. Let's go.
They're killing it. They're doing really good. Shout out to Coach Kellogg. Maybe Dave can do some producing and produce them on the show one of these days.
Probably not going to come on in the middle of the season, but
I mean, he does everything else. Nope. Whatever. What else is going on?
Oh yeah,
football coach.
Search for the new head coach.
So I saw a football coach at Kroger the other day. He's just walking in there. Maybe I don't know what he's doing in Morgantown.
How you know he was a football coach?
Who?
How you know he was a football
coach?
Who?
It's a big time football coach.
Who, what?
Just walking around here. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I started to talk to him. Like, I walked up to him. He gave me a little head nod, like he knew me. I was like, what? He was like,
who was it?
What's up? Big time coach.
Say it.
Nah, I don't know if I could say.
Now you're just full of shit.
John.
Lies.
John ain't seen nobody.
Nah, I said this on Twitter the other day and just stirred the pot a little bit. Everybody was.
I didn't see it. What did you say?
I
have to look it up.
What I just said. Saw somebody.
Oh, but you didn't say who it was? Of course you did that. People are like, who was it, John? You're like, I can't say.
I think they're going to hire Rich Rod, though.
We talked about this before. How do you feel about that? So I don't know if we talked about this when Ash wasn't on the episode, but just like going back to the same coach and not getting some new blood in there.
No offense, but he hasn't done shit since he left West Virginia. Why the fuck?
Pac-Man wants him bad. Have you seen those videos, Pac-Man? Like he. So Pac-Man.
Here's my issue. I feel like if they bring Rich Rod back, it's divisive. You are literally going to divide the fan base. Half. What we need is to rally the fan base, not divide it more than it already is. That's totally my opinion, but it's what.
Why would it be divisive?
Because there's two thoughts. Fuck him for what he did to us. And people who want him back because he was the coach that took us the furthest. So you have two mindsets, right? And most of us are split 50-50.
So if he comes back, does that make up for what he did to us?
No. How's it gonna? If he takes it, hey, you know what? I will eat crow and swallow my words if he takes us to a national championship. But that ain't not gonna happen.
Why not? He did before. I mean, he almost did before.
He did. He almost did. Yes. But
so you don't think he could do it again?
Do we think that was a different era of football?
I do, and like, I think he just had the right team at the right time. I mean, it's not a coincidence that he's gone off to play. Dude, he had Michigan. Deep pockets. You could have anybody you fucking want. You can develop anybody you want. And he couldn't make it happen in Michigan. Just saying.
Okay.
That's a good ass point.
Yup.
We were talking about this before. Do you think, Ash, this is a desirable job for an incoming like football coach?
I think
like
it can be, depending on. I think it is desirable in the sense that it's a good place that you can be not a Nick Saban, right? And get the job interview and easily get the job and sharpen your teeth, right? Show people what you got. It's a good place to do that. Are our pockets deep? No, they're not Alabama deep and they're not Michigan deep, unfortunately. However, according to Neil Brown, Run Baker's going to change that, and he is changing that. So there is future money. I will say what West Virginia brings is exactly what Pat McAfee said the other day. You have a whole entire state behind you because we have no pro teams in this state. So everybody bleeds blue and gold, right? I mean, granted, you got Marshall down there, but still, most Marshall fans are still WVU fans too. You know what I mean? So you have a whole fan base behind you. I mean, you're practically a celebrity if you are a coach in this realm. And I think it's a place that somebody can literally make a home. But if you're someone who is wanting the clout and all that, and the deep pockets, then we're, unfortunately not going to be that team.
I just worry because, like you said, we don't have the deepest of pockets, and it is a great fan base, and you will be a celebrity, but you still have those deep pocket expectations.
I mean, you're not wrong, but here's the other thing, though.
So
too. But let me. Okay, so just like any other career job, whatever, if you make the team better, more money comes in, right? So it's almost like working off commission. Yeah, you're going to take the draw at the beginning, but if you bust your ass and make shit happen, you can get a bigger commission check off the backside, right?
That's tough. That's tough to do.
It is tough to do.
Because if you don't have the resources, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of need the resources now to get those players in.
We do. I don't know I also don't know what's happening behind closed doors. Also, remember, we're on a salary cap next year. So that changes things up a little bit as far as the players are concerned. It may open up more money for coaching staff. I don't know.
Wait, what? A salary cap?
Yeah, there's a salary cap in the NCAA next year. There can't be more than $22.5 million across the entire team.
Oh, wow. That changes a lot then. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Texas giving Lamborghinis to all their players? Nah.
I wonder why they decided to do that now.
I mean, it's a good selling point.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, oh, now you decide shit's out of control, huh?
That's it, right? Yeah. This is what I can't stand about the NCAA. Why do you enact things knowing that you don't have policy to back it? You knew this. We all knew this was going to happen. It was eventually going to be a train off its rails. It couldn't go anywhere else, right?
Oh. Yeah, well,
yes, David.
According to Dave, he said the cap is based on a percentage of the average revenue streams of an athletic department, which includes ticket sales, television contracts, and sponsorships. So payments, athlete salaries under this cap will only be given to college athletes who play sports that create income through broadcast and television deals.
Yeah, but still, even that 22 point, it's better. Dude, Michigan right now is paying $17 million to their quarterback alone.
God, 17 million?
17 fucking million.
The boy got his own money.
So my little thing is still
Michigan?
valid.
Michigan?
Michigan. You didn't hear about that? So here's what happened. This kid committed to LSU. Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports, all that good stuff, got word, made some calls, and got this kid $17 million to go to Michigan. And that's
He's
how
a Michigan alum?
And apparently so.
Portnoy?
I didn't know that, but yeah, apparently so. At least he's a Michigan fan, if anything. But yeah, they pay him $17 million to just one quarterback.
Are they gonna win it? Are they gonna win it all?
I mean, he hopes so. It's for next year, so we'll see.
Did they? Oh, next year. Oh, okay.
Wait, so is this throughout the? Is he a freshman? Is he like what is?
Pretty sure.
Is
Yeah,
this one? Is this 17
hang
mil
on,
1 year?
Let me look up that. Let me find the article again.
Or throughout 4 years? Because either way is crazy. But like 1 year, 1 year 17 is crazy.
How would you do that?
Could you imagine 17? Like oh my god, that's insane.
Imagine you give him 17 million, he gets hurt. God forbid.
Right?
Oh my!
Imagine you giving him 17 million and only have 5 million left to build the rest of your team.
Yeah. So he's a 5-star quarterback. So I take it he's out of high school, but I don't know. Hang on.
They're gonna be hating on him crazy too. Like the other players. What?
Sorry.
What?
It says 10.5, but I'm pretty sure the end figure was 17.
Shit, that's a lot too.
Either way.
Yeah.
They're still gonna be paying kids under the table too.
Yeah, he gonna get whatever. But can't you can get brand deals, you can get
So I think that's
like,
all included. That's the whole
pot. That's included in the everything. Okay.
Because now they're putting it under the school. It's not under like anything else. Like that counts as the school. So NIL money, all that goes under that umbrella. So 22.5 million is the cap.
So to get back to our coaching woes, Rich Rod, and I heard him talk about this. I think he was talking to Pac-Man. He's just saying like he coaches the same way no matter what. Like he doesn't care who you are. He's gonna cut you out. He's gonna coach you hard. He's like good players want to be coached. Is basically what he said.
Yep.
So I really like that about him. Like he has that old school coaching mentality instead of opposed to kind of like what a Neil Brown was doing. But overall, I think that Ren Baker is going to pick someone that no one is even thinking about right now. There's some guy in Nebraska or North Dakota somewhere that no one knows about that Ren Baker is going to pick. I already know.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of like DeVries.
I mean, listen.
But he was a big time candidate though, right? DeVries going into he was a top 5 like candidate to get a big time head coaching job, wasn't he? Yeah, so it's not like he just kind of came out of nowhere,
right.
I mean, obviously he wasn't at a super big school at Drake, but he still had
never heard of the guy.
But see, that's all I ask.
No, I didn't either.
No one heard about
him. All I ask is that it be a D1 level coach. That's it. That's all I ask. This is all I ask.
Are you implying that Neil Brown wasn't a D1 level?
Correct. I've been saying it for years.
I think a D2
heard you say that.
I never heard a D2 coach can win, like Joe Mazzulla. Like he went from D2 to coaching the.
Let me just say, Joe Mazzulla is an anomaly. He is not the norm.
He is.
I'm not saying that there aren't guys out there who aren't great coaches that are hiding out in D2 somewhere. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But the chances of us finding that diamond in the rough is very difficult.
I think Joe had an opportunity that no one else really gets. But I think that those like if KJ was the next coach of WVU basketball, I think he would do pretty good.
I don't know why you think that.
You don't think you? Oh, you don't.
I don't want to be a coach. You gotta want to be there.
That's true.
I don't want to be a coach.
I think it takes a special person to be a coach for sure.
Yeah. I don't think it matters like if you're D2, D1. I mean, basketball is kind of basketball at the end of the day.
Yeah, but we're talking
like,
football.
The only difference is like the overwhelming like pressure that comes from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's the only difference. But on the field though, I think those X's and O's, you could do the same stuff kind of. I think.
Do you think with the way the NCAA is now and like generating money and like NIL deals, do you think it's important not only for a coach to know the X's and O's and be a winner, but also like have that character outside to like be able to raise money, be able to fundraise, be able to draw people in to want to watch their games, because Hugs had that. Hugs was a great
1000%.
fundraiser.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He knew how to talk to people. He knew how to raise money. So
Yep.
I think that's just as important as, and at least in nowadays NCAA, to have that person that can do both.
Yeah. I think in this day and age you have to. I don't think. Yeah. Just like, I mean, listen, Neil Brown's a great guy. No one could argue that. He is a good dude. And I think
That's
he
what
really,
they say right after,
hearing that, bro. Like,
right before they say the worst thing about you.
I mean, no,
oh, he's a great guy.
And I'm going to tell you why right now. He was great at, the players love him, right? He's great at developing character. He's great at making these boys to men, so to speak. However, that is no longer what D1 college ball is about. It is about winning. It is about money. It has become a beast in itself. And in order to compete, now it can't be about those individuals. It's got to be about everything else. It's got to be about winning games, making money, and keeping it moving to the next season.
It is what it is. Well, it's been another episode of the Final Forecast with me, your host, Jay Flo, Kevin Jones in Japanland.
Yep.
And our special guest, a.k.a. lovely co-host Ash, bless us with her presence today.
That is messed up.
Appreciate it. Love to have a woman's input on things, you know what I mean?
It's been 2 shows. Good God, you act like I've been gone for a year.
Oh, wow. It's been like a month.
Feels like a month without you, Ash.
Thanks,
that's what he's trying to say.
Kev.
You know.
See, he makes me feel special.
Yeah. Shut up, John. Shut